Welcome to Weight Loss and Wellness for Real, the podcast where people like you get the practical solutions and support you need to permanently lose the physical and mental weight so you can feel better and live the life you want in the body and mind you want. If you're looking to overcome your stress eating, overeating, binging behaviors, and move to a place of freedom with food and your body, you're in the right place. Just a reminder that this podcast represents my own opinions. The content here should not be taken as medical advice. The content here is for educational and informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor or healthcare professional for any individual medical questions you may have. Hello, friends, and welcome. Thanks for being here and sharing this space with me. One of the best skills that seem to work for my clients for quicker weight loss as well as for permanent weight loss is learning to stop negotiating with their emotions. Negotiating with our emotions is that habit of feeling an emotion we really don't want to feel. Usually it's an uncomfortable emotion. And then on top of this uncomfortable or painful emotion, telling ourselves we shouldn't be feeling that emotion. We then try to negotiate out of the uncomfortable or painful emotion by using harsh self-talk, things like we shouldn't feel that emotion and therefore, snap out of it or stop it. Take a listen to learn more about this pattern of thought, feeling, behavior, and how when we try to negotiate with our emotions, it really increases our physical weight and stops us from losing the weight we want to lose permanently. I wanted to tell you about a company I recently used and that you may be interested in using as well. It is called 5 Strands, 5 the number, and then STRANDS, 5 Strands, and it is a test to learn about food intolerances, environmental intolerances, and it can give you lots of really good information on how your body is currently responding to your diet. So it can identify food or environmental intolerances, and then you can kind of temporarily remove these things from your diet and make lifestyle decisions around that in order to reduce inflammation, to feel a bit better. This isn't about allergy testing. This isn't the same if you were to go get allergy testing through blood. This is simply about a different process they use that help to identify not allergies, but simple intolerances to foods that you currently may be eating and things in your environment. And then once you have that knowledge, the idea is you can go into an elimination diet and take all those things out at once. Versus if any of you have done an elimination diet before, when you're trying to figure out what's working for you, what's not, it may be something like you take out all dairy, you have to wait 4 weeks to see how you respond, then you take out another thing, so it's just this really long process of trying to figure those things out. This is just a really quick, simple, easy way to get that information and eliminate all those things at once. And then the idea is you do slowly add them back in once your body, the inflammation has calmed down, your body's ready to respond to them again. So this isn't about eliminating these foods forever and always. It's simply about taking them out for a time period to really optimize your health, maybe even lose some weight, and then slowly adding them back in. And the test is so easy because you just send in some strands of hair, hence the name of the company, 5 Strands. You just send in some hair, you get results back within 5 to 7 days. The other reason I, when asked, agreed to work with this company was because their customer service was so amazing. Any questions you have, anything like that, they are just friendly, very knowledgeable. I just really, really appreciated this to me was like old school customer service. So they're a great company. And this sort of testing can just give you that idea of, okay, these are the things I'm going to try to cut out. And we'll see, trying to optimize feeling good, all that sort of stuff. And my own personal thing with this is I was noticing that I was having just some cues and feedback going on from my body with some regular things I had been eating where I had never had those negative cues and feedback before. And so I knew something was going on, and that's why I got into taking this test. And what was really interesting is some things came back that I knew would come back. Like, I've always known dairy. I do not do well with dairy. I know I don't do well with eggs, things like that. But I really found some of the results fascinating. Like, there were certain proteins that I was used to eating every single day that I'm highly, right now, currently in my lifestyle, intolerant to, and other proteins that were just fine. So that helped me adjust to what I'm eating right now. Another thing that was really interesting is I always thought I was really intolerant to red wine, but was fine with all clear alcohol, like vodka, all that kind of stuff. And actually, according to this, all clear alcohol is not good, but I am totally cool with red wine. So things like that were really, really fascinating to me, and also just helped me create sort of this elimination diet plan for about 6 weeks that I'll be doing, and just gave me all the information in one shot. So I highly, highly recommend them if you're looking to optimize your health. It's a quick and easy test to just get more information. I really do hope you give it a try. I just believe more knowledge about our bodies and how they are working is such a key in gaining that optimal health. So if you want to give them a try, you can head over to 5strands.com. Again, it's the number 5 and then STRANDS.com. And when you go to checkout, put in my name, Heather Heynen, Heynen, and you're going to get a nice discount. If you are constantly trying not to feel a feeling you believe or think you shouldn't be feeling. So for example, I shouldn't be sad right now because I have so much and so many other people don't. Or I shouldn't be feeling upset right now because I should be happy more often. Or I shouldn't be angry right now because kind, nice people like me are not angry. I should be more happy. I shouldn't be feeling this. This really can become such a problem because it sets us up to automatically believe we are wrong for experiencing feelings. We are giving our own subconscious, on this very psychological level, the message that something is wrong with us for feeling these feelings. And here's the real problem. Feelings are feelings. They come and they go, and they often cannot be controlled. They are a normal part of the human experience, and everybody has them, everyone. And so when a feeling sensation hits and you have a thought that you shouldn't have that feeling or should be having another feeling, in other words, you try to negotiate with your feelings, you only produce more of a struggle. So negotiating with feelings does not change the feelings. It does nothing. Negotiating with feelings just creates more of a struggle, more uncomfortable or painful emotions. It adds more pain to the already painful feeling, because now not only are you feeling the painful feelings, you are telling yourself you shouldn't be having these feelings, which now add more painful feelings, more struggle to what you are already feeling. You just doubled the intensity of the pain. And now you are really in a setup to use food to find momentary relief from that pain. So if you experience a feeling sensation, you have a thought, I don't want to feel this, or I shouldn't be feeling this, or I should be feeling something else, this creates struggle. There is now not only that painful emotion, but struggle now as well. And so there is more pain that is experienced. Your clue, if you are doing this, is if you notice yourself using the words in your self-talk, should and shouldn't. In therapy, we call this shitting on yourselves. Shitting on yourself. It's a form of trying to negotiate with your emotions, and it doesn't work because emotions and feelings are not negotiable. So imagine for a moment you are standing in the ocean up to your knees. The waves are coming in and they're washing over you. You may want to try to push them back or avoid them, but you can do nothing to stop a wave. But you can do things to maintain your ability to stand your ground. By being aware when they might be coming, you can adjust your stance to withstand them. Once in a while, they may come in really loud and wild and strong and may even roll over the top of your head, but they pass. They always pass. Emotions are like waves. They are an experience we are in that we do not get to negotiate with. Learning to accept these waves, that they will come, and gaining tools and practicing skills to adjust our stance when they do roll over us, reminding ourselves they will always pass is one way to stop negotiating with our emotions. And this leads to more peace, more willingness to endure them, which leads to a better ability to handle difficult emotions, cope with difficult emotions without heaping a struggle to stop them, which does not work on top of the painful emotion. Now, some of you may be thinking, wait, I can stop it. I just distract. I can do something else and the feeling goes away. And this is true. It can really, it does work for some people in the moment. But this is called repression. And what always happens, is the emotion gets stored away. Remember, emotions are energy. So emotion gets stored away where it then builds in its energy and intensity and eventually comes out. It will get activated. It becomes bigger when it has no air. Often, I see it happen often in, people have explosions of anger or overwhelm or emotional flooding. It can take the form of numbing because remember, if you're feeling numb, that's actually usually a sign that you are experiencing overwhelming emotions. That's where that numbness comes in. We numb out because the emotions are so overwhelming. That flooding, we call that emotional flooding when it's just so overwhelming. So often the emotions will be offloaded in behaviors like overeating or over shopping or over drinking or picking fights with others to really offload that energy of the emotion that we're constantly suppressing. And often over time, this repression of emotion expresses itself in physical symptoms. So for well-being, for weight loss, for peace, we want to allow our emotions and learn to accept them without trying to negotiate out of them. So the solution and the paradox, if you are an emotional negotiator, this is how we go at it. Allow it. Practicing allowing our emotions to be present, to really feel them, to accept them for what they are, will actually decrease their intensity. That intensity of the wave, that's the experience we all experience as humans, will decrease in intensity. And this is the paradox part. By allowing your emotions to be there, by practicing naming your feelings by name, and then stopping the negotiation or the struggle, they will decrease in intensity. Those waves that used to crash over your head and sweep you off your feet and take your breath away now become waves that just hit you over your thighs. They're a lot less powerful and a lot less intense. So if you're looking for permanent weight loss and food freedom, and you are an emotional eater or overeater or exhibit binging behavior, then really starting a practice of allowing your emotions to be there, to sit with them, to feel them, to name them, and not trying to negotiate out of them. In this practice, you will find that over time, your inclination to go to food or drink or whatever distraction you use to get out of your emotions, to suppress them, will diminish. You will start to see your weight decrease, and you will gain a sense of being able to deal with or handle any feeling or emotion that you experience. And this confidence leads to a greater ability to allow emotions and feelings. I hope you found something useful from this little short episode. I really appreciate all of you listening and sharing this space with me. We will talk again soon. Did you know you can find a lot more help from me on my website? Go to heatherheynen.com. Heynen is spelled Heynen, and get in touch with questions on all things I offer, like online courses for overeating, weight loss, goal attainment, and also my coaching and counseling services.